Howie Roseman told Darius Slay you can go out there and seek a trade. To me, that's commendable. But it could bite you in the butt. Maybe you don't want him here, but maybe you just don't want him here because of the price. Brandon Graham, a true Eagle. Going into his 14th year, just signed for $6 million after this man just had double-digit sacks. He don't want to be nowhere else but home. You know why? It's a Philly thing, y'all. Yo, that. A-G-L-E-S.
Eagles! Eagles!
Say fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yo, that man, you know what it is. You know what it is. Your boy Philly Fresh, aka the General here, report for duty. Listen, if you have not done it, make sure you hit that sub button that's right down there. There go. Yes, and also it is a bonus tool to let you know I put up all this flavor notification gang. Yo, that gang. Yo, that. Last but not least, man, please make sure you hit the like. The more people get to see this is how the algorithm works. The more you like it, the more people get to see this, the more people get to see the merch. Hey, one day I can probably quit my job. All right, last but not least, man. Betus. That's the app you want to go on if you are a gambling man or a betting man. Not only will you get your first bet, but they will put 125% on your first bet. Not even your first bet. You put $100 in an account, they're going to make sure that you have 225 to play with. What other app is doing that, huh? Shout out to Betus. Make sure you hit the link. That way you go through my link. That way you help your boy out also, man. Appreciate y'all. All right. Fresh fact going right to the video. Two people in an argument or two people that's conducting things can be right. It could be a situation to where as though you and your female or whatever the case may be, you saying, well, you acting like this and you acting like that. And she can say, well, you made me like this. You know what I mean? And it can be also a situation to where as though you acting like this and you acting like that. And she can say, hey, I was acting like this before. You probably ain't noticed it because you was booty bonded. Okay. I'm saying that to say this. It could be two things right. Two people right in a situation with Mr. Howie Roseman and Darius Big Play Slay. When you look at what's going on, to me, we all know the numbers ain't going to match what Darius Slay brings to the table. We get that. We understand that the interception's not going to be there because the targets are not there. And people want to say he took a down slot from really last year. In the beginning of the season, he was hot. Then he wasn't. Yada yada yada. I thought he did. I thought he did what he could. I thought he was very excellent, and I still think he's the top 5 cornerback in the game. But here's my thing: when you talking about $26 million, that's going to be the cap hit. And you got to pay a young quarterback. That's when you find yourself into a situation to where hey man, if you want to go ahead and go find a trade, go ahead, man. I'll probably get a compensatory pick for you. It's all about compensatory picks right now. I just want to make sure that we are able to compete. We are able to compete next year. I'm not trying to take this down slot to where though we win 4 games again and all that. No, after coming out Super Bowl, So to me, you got to find a way. Now, if the way is to sign Bradbury, instead of Darius Slay, you got a younger corner, and then you can draft a corner. I ain't really got no problem with that. I love what Darius Slay brings to the table. Don't want to lose him, but sometimes the game is the game. Sometimes business is business. And I think Darius Slay understands that, and he's going to put his best foot forward to go somewhere and find a trade. I don't know if it's going to be to a contender. Shoot, he might go to Dallas if you really want to stick it to it like that. But I don't think it still has to be accepted by Howie Roseman. I don't think unless they giving up the moon and the sun for him. Unless they giving up the moon and the sun. And what do you think that we can get for Darius Slay? To me, I still think that you can pull out a first. You can get a first for Darius Slay. Somebody that's competing. Shoot, Kansas City might win him. Cincinnati might win him. I think that you can get a first. You can get a first, and it might be It might be a later first because of the guys that's competing. You know what I mean? But you can still get a first. Brandon Graham. Here's what I'm gonna say, man. He's an all-time Eagle. He's an all-time Eagle, man. Like, when you talk about favorite players, he's top 5. Of course, everybody know how I feel about Dawkins, Weapon X. Everybody know how I feel about Westbrook. You know, they my 2 top guys, and I love Randall. You know what I mean? But I gotta fit BG in there. BG is in my top 5, not just for the fact of, and Kelsey's in my top 5 too, hands down. Not just for the fact of him being here so long. It's just everything that he went through. When you talk about getting drafted by Chip Kelly, and he got drafted by Andy. Getting drafted, and then they tried to make him be linebacker in that 4-3. It wasn't working. They had him coming off the edge. That wasn't working. Everybody thought he was a bust. I mean, people talk about, what's the dude name from the Seahawks that went after him? I can't remember his name. Is it Bobby Taylor? Comment below, let me know y'all good at that. People always talk about him, but Brandon Graham's still in the league. Brandon Graham's still playing at a high level. So when it comes down to it, this was the better pick. A lot of people didn't like the Brandon Graham pick, being a first-round guy from Michigan and all that. But he stuck through it. He has gotten way better. He ages like fine wine, and I'm glad that he's here again for another 6, for just a measly $6 million. I love it, man. I love it. Now it's not. You didn't really make any cap space because he wasn't on the books at all. So that's basically what you had. You had like $8 million over the cap, and you gave him 6. So now you got 2. Now you're gonna have to do some reconstruction. You're gonna have to do this. You're gonna have to do that. But I do trust that how we can do it. I trust that how we can do it, especially if you get $26 million off the cap. You're looking pretty good. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Y'all already know. Stay Philly, stay fresh, y'all. Yo, that, and go Sixers too. They better win this game, man. They losing by 10 right now.